Welcome to Morning Listeners. This is Nilima Keyes, and today we are bringing to you an interview session with Ms. Sheila Thelen. Morning Listeners is an online magazine dedicated to women. It showcases various articles, personal life stories, and interview sessions on different matters concerning women. And today our interviewee, Ms. Sheila, happens to be the founder of Vestibular Training Services. She itself is a vestibular genius, working with thousands of athletes, kids, and rehabilitation groups throughout the world. So let us welcome our interview. Hello, Sheila.
Hello, good morning. So nice to be here. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So how are you doing today?
Lovely. I'm in Minnesota and it's snowing. It's the perfect day for a meeting. So it's lovely.
Right. So since you're on board with Morning Listeners, share with us your ideal morning routine.
So I'm really not a morning person. So morning laziness really kind of fits in with me. I'm really good after about 10 o'clock in the morning till midnight. I'm really, really good. Not so great in the morning. So it's always an effort. And of course, we've got dogs and so of course there's the chaos of the morning of the dogs. But in the same sense, I always feel like I run a little later in the morning.
Interesting. So do you work out regularly? Tell us something about the Vestibular Training Services as well.
Absolutely. So I do a lot of spinning. I am a master figure skating coach. So I still skate a lot with the children. So I still skate, all the time. And I also, of course, spin every single day. And that's what we'll be talking about, through this whole little presentation here. But I do a lot of spinning and a lot of figure skating. They're my two favorites.
Good. So where are you actually from?
I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We actually live about an hour north of Minneapolis on a little quiet lake, a little suburbial. It's beautiful. Like I have a lake and I have trees and I have 3 huge dogs and I travel a lot, of course, with the company. So I have lots of opportunity to see the world, but we live in a little bit more rural Minnesota over in the United States.
Lovely. So you're also a dog parent.
Yes. We have 3 huge Newfoundlands and we recently just bought our puppy a puppy so that she'd have a friend. So we bought a dog for our dog and it's going very well. We're very happy.
Oh, that's truly lovely. I really want to have one for sure in future, but now I'm not. But I'll be somehow in future a dog parent too. So what are your plans for the coming new year?
So our company just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. So really, I'm kind of careful in how I'm really scheduling and planning my life right now in almost like preparation for like how much travel we can do, how many projects we can handle, the expansion of the company, new employees. So I feel like I'm almost in a little bit of a Zen mode of just getting ready for the upcoming projects that we've really been working on for the last years and years, but they're all really kind of coming to culmination right now. And so I'm almost like a little bit quietly reserved and trying to organize myself so that I'm ready for really the onslaught that we're really trying to prepare for.
Sounds like a plan. Now let's move on to some questions about your profession. What is vestibular system and why do you think it is important?
So your vestibular system is really the master system of your brain. And it's weird that we as a society don't really understand vestibular, but what the vestibular system is really how your eyes and ears process back into your brain. And it really is a master system. It's not only your balance, but it's also your cognitive. So it really affects how fast you process, and it also affects how you learn and how your brain understands the information it's been given. So your vestibular system is a huge part of your life that we really don't understand that much about. So it's also the education of this process. And once you've done this, you can really understand how it really affects your whole life. So we're very excited about how we can with our products really stimulate that vestibular system and really help you improve your balance and your cognitive processing at the same time.
Sounds like a very good initiative. How do you spin a person?
So what we basically do is we have an electric platform that spins. So as the coach or as the physical therapist or the PT, whoever you are in the scenario, the parent, you can control the speed and the direction, and you can accelerate this spinning platter. And it's so much fun. So step one is just getting good at just the spinning platter as it spins you and spins you and spins you. From there, we also have an option of, we have a body harness that goes over the top of it with like a little spreader bar, so that in a swivel. So one, that stops you from falling off the platter. So if it's spinning too fast and you fall off, it'll catch you so that you don't hurt yourself, because it's a really awkward fall. Yet, in the same sense, once you get spinning, we can also lift you and you can spin in the air too. And it's amazing. It's a really unusual sensation for your brain, because your brain isn't used to flying. You know, the whole feeling of float. So we float you and we spin you at the same time. And it's weirdly magical. So not only are we working on that vestibular system then, but we're also working on your balance in the sky as you're spinning. We're working on an axis. We're working on a midline cross, because we get you to cross your hands and feet so both sides of your brain are working at the same time. But then we also have the proprioception of really tracking your head to your feet and finding your body. So there's so many things going on in our project that it almost makes you dizzy. For sure, it'll make you dizzy, but it basically kind of scrambles you to unscramble you.
It sounds quite adventurous to me. I would love to surely try. So
it's so much fun.
right, but I hope to not get dizzy again. So how does spinning help improve your performance?
So really what spinning is doing is it's really just kind of, once again, like just kind of tweaking that vestibular system, and it makes you just more aware of your spatial areas around you. And with that vestibular, you can really have a sense of faster thinking, awareness. And really, it's fascinating for me to see how many people are using the product. We're doing a small research project right now with NASA here in the United States with our astronauts. We're doing a small project starting up with Nike, the tennis shoe company, because really in helping everyone's balance, we've made everyone better athletes. So we're really excited about projects with them. We work with thousands and thousands and thousands of athletes of all sports. So we've also been working with a lot of our former football players here in the United States, our National Football League, for post-concussion work. So helping reset that brain after the concussions. So it's fun to see all the groups we're working with. But what I'm excited about is even the children with autism and special needs that we've been working with lovely results, but also the aging community. I joke, my mom, my 75-year-old mom, we put on the gear all the time to help improve her balance. And really, she's seeing significant changes and improvements in her balance. So I worry about her less, because once those falls happen, your aging parents, you worry about them. So this project has been expansive in all the groups that we've been working with.
And that sounds really good news, because working with NASA obviously is going to be a huge success for you, sure. And again, I really like the fact that this very training service is not at all age oriented. Like from kids to age people can use it, and it's quite adventurous as well. So it's definitely going to entertain both the age groups, I hope.
It's all the ages in helping everyone. We've really worked from 3-year-olds to 75-year-olds, and with really fun results. It almost, when we first started doing it, it's almost like a Disney World or an amusement ride, that your brain really enjoys it. And think of how many times you've been to an amusement park and your brain was like, let's go back. It was fun. We we got moved around and we got spun, and it was exciting and fun. And that's really what we can really generate between the platter and the flight option in our harness systems.
Talking about adventurous rides, I truly remember this one. When I was small, I had a ride over a roller coaster, and after the ride, I remember begging my dad to take me back again, because though it was like initially it was quite scary, but at the end I enjoyed and it was so thrilling. So I remember that part.
I know, but like your brain loved it and you can remember everything about it, So I talk about like really intense memories that makes us really enjoy it. And really part of, I feel like, our human experience is those really strong memories of something that our brain really enjoyed. And that answer is really spinning. Our brain really enjoys spinning.
Right. Now, talking about balance, so how does really spinning help balance?
So part of your vestibular system is how those eyes and ears, transfer the information back to your brain. And if you think about I always use the example of when I had a broken ankle and I had ankle surgery, and oh my goodness, my balance was so far off. I was on crutches. I just couldn't function. Like, it was so much effort just to get from the bedroom to the bathroom, and I looked at our stairs in our house and went, ugh, like, someone take care of me, like someone brought me food. I couldn't even go down the stairs. And I look at when your balance is broken, your life is really, really a struggle. So in helping that vestibular system help reset and help rebalance and to find your balance again, and that proprioception of really tracking your feet to your head, is all of the pieces that really makes us human and helps us live our lives versus having other people have to take care of us. And when you think about like the ankle surgeries, or when your balance was off, I got new glasses at one point. And I remember thinking like, oh goodness, like the new glasses really hurt my brain until I could really transfer that information back correctly.
Right. So where may we go to see spinning in motion, or to learn more about vestibular spinning training, or even buy a spinning machine?
So of course, all of it's on our website. We are at vestibulartrainingservices.com. We do ship worldwide. We have lots of opportunities for extra free training in how to properly use it with every purchase. Right now we're throwing in free training, especially Zoom training. That's so easy to do. It's very easy gear to run. I have a ton of 12-year-old kids that can run this gear, no problem. So in that sense, it really does work for a family. We also our sales are really sent specifically to physical therapists, occupational therapists, doctors, especially athlete training rooms, they're almost like a community center or a workout type place is where most of our sales go to. Of course, we do have sales into people's homes. But you need a 10 to 14 foot ceiling, and it's just an eye bolt. You can kind of see mine hanging from the ceiling in the background there. It's just hung from an eye bolt. It's easy gear to install and to use, and just plug in for the electric spinner. Easy enough to do.
Right. And I think with the beginning of pandemic, most of the training services have chosen a Zoom meeting via mode. And I'm sure it's going to help most of them to access much easier, compared to the on class or on institution ones.
So it's super easy. Like it's really easy gear to run. Of course, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Tons and tons of our videos, of course, are getting shared all over the internet because they are fascinating to watch.
Right. So what were the challenges you had faced while establishing vestibular training services, and how did you overcome them?
So I had a lot of challenges, mostly. So in its own sense, we've owned this company for 30 years. So we've used the sports industry, all figure skating. We've been using this for figure skaters for over 30 years. But I've owned the company and we just stayed in the figure skating world is what we did. So we expanded the company more into the general public over these last 2 years. And of course, we launched our company in a pandemic. We expanded our company in a pandemic. And I just don't recommend that for other people. Don't expand your business in a pandemic. And really what we did is we did that and we were very successful. And really where the difficulty of the pandemic made it hard, yet in the same sense, I got the benefit back of a lot of people had some extra time. So I had a lot of people come forward for me as a mentor, as sales consultants, as people that helped our company really grow. So in its own weird way, our negative weirdly kind of turned into our positive because people really were kind with their time and really helping me grow and expand the company.
Right. So how long have you been working as a vestibular trainer, and how would you like to regard your journey so far?
So really, I do a whole thing on this for 30 years, I've been this vestibular genius and I didn't know it. I was just coaching my sport, spinning, turning, balance, and always enjoyed it, but just started to see more things within my athletes that we couldn't explain of just sports related, and how fast they were, how smart they were, how good their balance was, their fast decision making, like all of these pieces, they really, we couldn't explain. And when we really started to understand vestibular, that at the same time, the physical therapists, the doctors, the MDs, 27,000 articles on PubMed just on the importance of the vestibular system and how important it is to have it working correctly. So really what we've done is my 30 years here in vestibular and all of the PTs and OTs and doctors and MDs all coming together and just basically bringing our sports training tools to the general public. And that's really been the project. And it's been wonderful. And where do I see myself? This is all I want to do. This is all I want to do because I can see all the people we can help and how many children we could help and families. And really, it's such exciting work. This is all I want to do. My family's super annoyed with me. My family's super annoyed with me, but this is all I really want to do. I'm just enjoying it so much.
Right. And I believe when you do the job that you love the most or that you're so passionate about, you never know when time flies. Like you said now, 30 years had passed, but still you feel like you don't feel like 30 years had passed. So it's true. When you're so passionate about doing something, you never know when time flies.
It's been wonderful. Like I can't describe how much fun this is and how much I've just enjoyed it and the whole process and the people I've met and the athletes and the people with post concussions and seeing all these improvements. It's just been a joy and an honor to be a part of so many people's stories.
Right. So what message would you like to share with our women readers to encourage them to participate or join the Vestibular Training Services?
Well, it's always something new and something different. And I challenge everyone to try new things. It's fun to see the different applications of what we can do to help with and to try more things within your environment. I had a 10-year-old tell me that the reason why this is so great is that everything spins. So this 10-year-old went on about how the universe spins and how the earth spins around the sun and how our blood spins and how even the smallest atom spins. Everything spins. So when we as humans spin, we feel like we're a part of our world around us. And I remember thinking, wow, 10-year-olds are so smart. 10-year-olds are just geniuses. So, but she's right. We really can connect with our world around us. And if our body can have the balance for our brain to be able to function faster, wow, that's a great way to start your morning.
Right. And it's true. All the members of Gen Z are so smart and genius. They try to connect things out of nowhere and you'll be surprised and caught off guard. It's true. Very
Genius.
true. Right. So lastly, what do you think this world needs the most?
What does this world need the most? So I have been so grateful for all the people that have helped me in the business world and with my family. And I really look at the kindness in the world that I really hope is coming back, that I feel like we've kind of lost some of that kindness. And it's really nice to see an effort for people to bring that back. So my answer to everything is I always love it when we can always say everybody wins. And that's the projects that we want to be a part of with other companies and other people, is that the project where everybody wins. The client wins, everybody wins. And that's the joy that we would like to bring to the world.
Right. So on that beautiful message, we have come to the end of this interview session. Thank you so much, audience, for watching the entire session. And hopefully by the end of this year, if you're again planning to learn something new, do join the Vestibular Training Services to learn more about it. And thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. We appreciate your time and patiently answering all our queries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.